So yesterday I was doing a service call for one of my homeboys that's in the area in McGehee, Arkansas. And he's approximately 3 years or so older than me. And I haven't seen him since I was young. And he came over here and he wanted me to install a gate on the rear of his trailer, some hinges, and some pins. And I gave him a price. He said, man, that's fair. I'm going to come over there. So he arrived and we got to talking, and I brought out my welding equipment, and he asked me different questions. Man, how much that costs? And I told him how much the unit costs. And he was like, man, what about this? And we were just holding a conversation. And once he seen me starting to line everything out, he was like, man, you left here and you learned something. And I was like, yeah, why you say that? He was like, man, because you got a real skill now. You got something that's valuable now. And he was like, but can I ask you one question? And I was like, what's up, bro? He said, was it worth it? I said, what part of it? Going to prison so young. Because he remember I was young, man. I stayed into some stuff. He was like, going and just staying into some stuff, man. You went so young and you did all that time. Was it worth it? And I stopped for a second. And I was like, honestly, bro, to be realistic with you, I feel like if I wouldn't have did that time, you wouldn't see me doing what I'm doing now. I wouldn't be who I am now. It's like God knew that I had to go to Egypt, kind of like Joseph, that had to get sold into slavery and end up becoming empowered in that situation, even though he was in bondage. Prison made the best out of me. I'm not going to lie. It taught me how to stand on my own. It taught me who I was made of, how to read people, how to stand strong, and how to be about work ethics, because work ethics is always going to take you places that your tongue or your mouth is not going to take you. You can only talk so much. You're going to have to show sooner or later. You know what I mean? So being around him and talking to him really made me think about me leaving my hometown and coming back with some new resources. Being able to teach welding and fabrication, being able to teach blueprint reading, being able to teach installing, being able to teach how to lay a bead, how to actually start a business. What is the society looking for when it comes to workers? Because some people get it twisted. They get to thinking that they got to have certain things to get the job versus certain things you need to start the business. There's a difference. If you're just trying to get some money, you don't need no certifications if you're trying to go get a job. Majority of every job I've been on, family, even though I got my certs in my pocket, and I was striking into being independent, but I was trying to gain some independence, but I was still looking for jobs. And everyone I went to, even though I had my certs in my pocket by AWS, they still wanted me to go in the weld booth and take a weld test. So it's based on your skill set, family. It's based on your skill set. But we get caught up thinking we got to have a piece of paper hanging on the wall. And I got one back here. I'm going to show you this. See that piece of paper back there? It's hanging. Don't nobody actually look for it, though. Somebody say, hey, man, can I see that? I just put that up there to let you know I've been through it. You know, I put my time in. But realistically, it's not about the paper. It's about the skill set. And doing that job for him yesterday maybe took me 45 minutes. I'm going to say about 30 minutes. Doing that job, when I got done, my wife said, man, that was quick. And I said, I made X amount of dollars. And she was like, wow. You know what I'm saying? And it makes you think of the resources you have learned over time, because I couldn't produce money like that before I left. I wasn't in a position. All I knew how to do was sell drugs, family, or rob, you know, and shoot and just take what I wanted. You know what I mean? That's how I was raised, or steal it. You know what I mean? So to be in a position now where one of my older homeboys was able to bring me some work, promote what I did for him, and was able to say, hey, man, that time turned you to a better man. And I can be humble to say it did. Now, I'm not telling anybody to go do some time. You know, I did 11 years. I'm not telling anybody to go do 11 years, do a decade in prison to get yourself together. You might not need that. That's what I needed, evidently, because I survived it, and God is using me now. So anyone that's going through something, sometimes you have to get put in a situation where you don't have any friends, where you feel like family has abandoned you, where you have to really stand on your word and you have to figure out what you want to do. And then you start thinking outside of the box. But it's all on that individual. Everybody is different. But if you want to make a change, it got to start in here and up here. You got to convince yourself that you need to change. And your heart going to know you want to change. And you ain't going to stop until you get the change. Hold on. Be blessed and prosper.